Hi, and welcome to Soul, the podcast series of Mind, Body, Soul by M. If this is your first time joining me, this podcast represents the soul in our journey. Every week, a short episode will discuss a certain theme, from daily struggles to work-life balance to the little improvements we can make that don't take up much time and can really add magic to our lives. The idea is step by step, day by day, thoughts and improvements. If you're interested in Mind, Body, Soul by M, I also invite you to check out Mind for journals, inspirational notebooks, and Body, which focuses on a journey through improving fitness, healing eczema, and listening to our bodies. All my products are completely eco-friendly, with half the proceeds going to an environmental or social cause. Head to my website to learn more. I hope you enjoy, and more importantly, I hope it inspires you to nurture your soul. Now step right in and make yourself at home. Hey there, and welcome to today's episode of Soul. This is our very first published episode, and the topic we're discussing is actually quite a timely one, given your feedback is what will help dictate which way the series ends up going, if any. Job interviews, careers, relationships, peers. Today we're talking about rejection. Now, have you ever had an interview where you could tell halfway through that you weren't getting the job? It can be anything really, a date, a client pitch, hanging out with new friends, a course that you're taking. It happened to me recently, but it was actually only a few minutes into the interview. I spoke to someone who was very nice for a position that I was quite intrigued by. It was in my field, I had all the needed skills, but there was one skill that I was hoping to acquire on the job. And less than halfway through the interview, it was over. I could tell just by the look on her face. So then I started mentioning something else about how my goals align with the company's mission and position, and how I'm aligned not only to the mission of the company, but specifically to the job and to the team. But deep down, I knew that she had made her decision. And then she actually told me that I didn't get it. Rejection. Whether it's a job, a relationship, it hurts, and it highlights one big thought in our heads. I'm not good enough. And it's a lingering thought that can take you down the rabbit hole of overthinking. Now, there are two important things to do when this happens to refrain from falling into that hole. And that's what I'd like to be discussing today. First, you want to take a moment to feel what you feel. Rejection is hard, and it's important to take time going through what we need to. But most importantly, don't dwell on it. It is critical to go through the feeling phase and then immediately fill that with self-love. Remind yourself that it's not that you're not good enough. It's that it wasn't good for you. You know how in a relationship, people often say, it's not you, it's me. Well, the second thing is, have the courage to change the way you look at it. Even if they say that, we always tend to believe that, oh, no, it's definitely me. But actually, sometimes it's neither of you. It's just that it doesn't fit. And that's a very important thing. If you had to put on a show during the interview to get the job, or you weren't being completely yourself during a date or whatever it is, then do you really want to be a part of something where it doesn't really match your true and real self? Would you want to keep putting up a show? And let's say you didn't have to put a show, right? Let's say you were being yourself, but then they still wouldn't want you. Then think about it the other way instead. Imagine you're interviewing for a job in, investment banking, and you're being completely yourself, extrovert, happy, artistic, whatever it is. But then imagine you did get the job, and you realize that everyone on the team is very much quiet, very different, is not as colorful as you. Would you want to be in that team, or would you find that they're slowly draining your energy? It's taking away that colorful soul that you have. Sometimes things would look good on a resume, or a person looks good on an app, or a course looks good on whatever diploma it is you're getting. But we really need to believe whatever is meant for us is going to come to us. By being our true self, that is how we'll be able to fit in right where we belong, or perhaps even build a new space to make sure that everyone can belong. So 2 important things to take away. When it comes to rejection, feel what you feel, but have the courage to change the way you look at it. And you want to work up the confidence? Practice getting rejected. Speak to new people. See how it is. Get out of your comfort zone. That is really where life is going to begin. Thanks for joining me, and see you next week on a new episode of Soul.